Hey y'all, it's me, Ariana Womack, again back with another video, and today's video is actually going to be a mom life video. So today we're actually going to talk about mom balance, mom work-life balance. So we're going to get into that because I know that me as a mom and aspiring to have a career and just trying to put those two together, it can be overwhelming at times, and then sometimes you're just trying to stay afloat. So we're going to go over some tips to figure out how we can create a balance between work and family. If you are new here, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching my videos. If you're one of my subscribers, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for supporting what I'm trying to do on the channel. Just bring awareness to mom life and nutrition, food, fitness, and fun as always. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So, of course, as you always know, I like to ramble, so I like to take notes and keep notes of exactly what I'm going to talk about today. So, don't mind me, but it is going to be a little bit of a rant today, sort of kind of my opinion and tips and tricks. So, let's go ahead and get into it. So, trying to balance work life and mom life. The first thing I have on my list, as you've probably already heard me say on this channel, is to prioritize and plan. Create a task list of major tasks and minor tasks, and then put those into like a list of 3 that you'll do a day. So along with prioritizing and tasking and prioritizing and planning, it's basically just writing out exactly what you would like to do that day. So if you are a woman who works from home, or if you are trying to start your own business and you're a stay-at-home mom, then the best thing that I can suggest you do is to go ahead and write out your major tasks and write out your minor tasks. And then you're going to pick 3 to 5 of those, and go ahead and look at your week. So if you have a calendar, I suggest getting a calendar or a mini little planner, and you're going to write those tasks on each day of the week that you plan on working. So shout out to Haley for giving me that idea and just actually showing me how to get that done, because at first I had no idea what I was doing, and sometimes I knew that I needed to plan and I knew I needed to prioritize, but I didn't know how to plan. So she really showed me how to actually put it on paper and put the tasks and get the tasks done. You are a mom who is not at home and you are working a full-time job or you're working a part-time job, the things that you want to prioritize is the quality time with your children when you get home. So I know after a long days of work, it can be exhausting, it can be overwhelming. I used to work full-time overnight and 40 plus hours a week, and I have 4 children. So I definitely understand the struggle of actually trying to put in that quality time, but it is very, very, very important for your kids to understand that just because mom's home from work, that I get that time to spend with her too. But with that being said, that means setting boundaries. So my second tip would be setting boundaries. So again, if you are a mom who is working from home, or there's something that you're trying to build at home, a business, then you're going to want to set boundaries. And this means letting the kids know if they're old enough, and your husband know if he's here, or your significant other, and let them know, like, these are the times that I need to work, these are the times that I need to sit down and get these things done, because it is vital to get this business up and running. It is vital for me to keep my job. So again, you want to set boundaries and just make sure everyone knows that, hey, this is my time to work. And I know with younger kids, probably a year and younger, it's going to be a lot harder to get them to understand that. But even if you can get them to sit down beside you and you just have activities that they can do, that you can keep pulling out, and of course snacks and whatever they need, and just set them up, you'd be able to get majority of your stuff done for that day. And then sometimes you might have to break it up. So sometimes it's not going to be where you get those 2 hours of just being able to do the work. Sometimes you're just going to have to scatter it throughout the day a little bit and just do it when you have that open time to actually get the work done. And I know that can be hard, but if you are willing to put in the time to actually plan, to set those boundaries, then it's going to be successful and you'll be able to do it and make it work for you. Again, that's if you're working at home. Now, if you leave for the house and you leave the house and you go to work, then obviously setting boundaries for when you come home. So obviously when you get home, you want to wind down a little bit, you want to get your mind together. So it's okay to definitely take that time to get your mind together, to get your emotions together, so that way you can sit there and give that quality time to your children. So again, it's still all about setting boundaries. So if you need to come home, take a little 30 minutes, 20 minutes to get yourself together, because honestly, in the world that we live in, we know that with traffic, school, and all of this stuff that's going on, you don't get that much time. So get yourself together. I know it's going to be tough, but hey, your children are what's the most important, and you want to make sure that they feel loved, they're seen, they're getting that quality time with you, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who need that job. It could either let you go today or tomorrow, and your kids will still be here. So at the end of the day, again, just make sure you're giving your kids that quality time, and it's okay to set boundaries and make sure that you get yourself together first, so that way you can actually enjoy that time with your children. Okay, so tip number 3, flexible work arrangement. So what this means is, if you have a part-time job or you have a full-time job, that they understand that you do have kids. So as a mom, we usually take on the tasks of doctor's office appointments, sick days. Like if your child gets sick, obviously you're the one who takes off of work. I don't know if this is for everyone, but I know for majority of my lifetime that has been me. My husband, he will be the main provider who goes to work, and if the kids need anything, I'll be the one to take care of it, as far as doctor's appointments, as far as if they're sick, anything like that. So again, being flexible and just letting those jobs know that, hey, I do have kids, and sometimes like I won't be able to make it, and just being upfront about it, honestly, because I noticed that helps a lot, because usually I had a job where, honestly, I was working full time, and we had to switch our shifts. So basically, he worked one shift, I worked the other shift, and in between, we would have to basically switch. So I would have to bring my kids to my job with me, and then sometimes they would have to come in with me and sit down, and then wait until his dad got off, and then he would take the kids home and do what they had to do. But regardless, whoever you work for, it's kids come first, and they need to understand that, because at the end of the day, you're a mom first and not an employee first. So yeah, that's my tip for you on flexible work arrangement. Just making. 4th tip I have for you is self-care. So you want to make sure that you are getting the self-care that you need, because at the end of the day, if mom is running on low fuels, then everybody is going to just be running on low fuels and not feel good and be unhappy and stressed, and it's just not going to be a good day, because again, mom holds the family together. She in my life and what I've experienced through women, they are the ones that push everyone, they get everyone through. When they're sick, they pick them up, and sometimes as moms, we don't get those days to rest, or we don't get those sick days off. We still have to push through and power through and still get everything that we need to get done. So again, making sure you set time for yourself, whether it's 10 minutes a day, whether it's 20 minutes a day, whether it's before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, whether it's only a few days out of the week or it's just a day out of the week. Get that self-care in. Do something that you love to do. Self-care, I'm not talking about hopping in the shower. I'm not talking about anything that is what normal human beings are supposed to do. I'm talking about doing something that you love, that is going to be a stress reliever, that's going to make you feel good, that's going to make you feel like you still have you as a person, your personality. Because sometimes as moms, we can get so absorbed in being a mom and just being there for our kids and our husbands and making sure they have everything that they need, and then we get left with the scraps, or we get left with not being able to just fully be who we want to be, because we're also worried about making sure our kids get what they need. And again, it's just being able to set that time out. So for example, I know that I love to paint, I love to work out, I love to draw sometimes, I love to create these videos. So like I don't know, it's just knowing who you are and figuring out ways to intertwine that into your work life, mom life balance. So yeah, my tip number 4 is to make sure you're getting that self-care in, no matter how long it is, how short it is, regardless, it's going to help you. Make sure it's a stress reliever, okay? We don't want to do anything that's stressing us out, because obviously that's our time to just enjoy ourselves and enjoy what we're doing. All right, so my tip number 5 is to get help when you need it. So I know not everyone has family or people that they can call on that will help them in times of need, but if you do, call them when you need it. If you need them to watch the kids for a little while you get some things in order, or if you just happen to need to go to work for an extra day or something like that, anything like that, see if you have a support system, ask them for help when you need it. If you just need some advice, if you need to know what to do next, if you just need some time to rest, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to um, ask family if they'll help you out, if they'll watch them for a little bit, if they can take over this. Being a mom, sometimes I know that I want to do it all. I know that I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure that I'm the one who is getting the job done, making sure they have everything they need, making sure that, honestly, just making sure they have everything. Like, I'm just one of those moms who is like, not really wanting to ask for help. I do know that when I did ask for help is when I had jobs that I needed to go to and I didn't have a babysitter, because y'all, daycare is expensive and is crazy expensive. I mean, who in the world, like, what are they thinking? Like, I have no idea. I got told that it would be $300 per head per child, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Like, I have bills to pay. I don't know what y'all are running out here, but that's not going to work. And so, and honestly, with the daycares, like, I don't trust everybody watching my kids. Sorry, but that's always been me. So I did turn to family, and thankfully, um, we were blessed to have family that could watch them while we go to work. And now God has made it to where we are actually able to switch our shifts on and on. So I'm here majority of the time with my kids now, and I have found a job that is part-time and suits my lifestyle for now. So thankfully, when I needed them, they were there for me and they were able to help us get through those rough patches. If you are someone who does not have a support system, it's okay to reach out to other moms, find communities, connect, try and find people that you pair with, that you match with, and that you guys can take off and off play dates or turns watching the kids while the other one goes to do something and gets their time in. But you always want to just make sure that you do trust those people with your children, because at the end of the day, you don't want to put your children into the wrong person's hands. Number 6, I kind of already touched on earlier, again, is that quality time versus quantity. So full-time jobs or even part-time jobs. It's important that we don't pay attention to how much time or how little time we have with our children. We want to pay attention to what we're doing with that time. So we want to make sure that we are playing with the kids. We want to make sure that we're encouraging them, we're uplifting them, we're asking them how their day was and if they learned something new today and what was most exciting that they learned, or just having conversation with our kids to make them understand and know that we are here for them, and that even though mom's had a long day and even though mom's not here majority of the day, I still care about what you did today, what you learned today, if you had fun, if you have learned anything new, if you I don't know, just want to sit down and play, if you want to sit down and color, just simple little things like that, reading books, like, it goes far. And yes, kids can be a handful. They can have attitudes of their own. They have minds of their own. And every night is not going to go smoothly. Every night is not going to go how you want it to. But as long as we're paying attention to what we're doing with the time that we do have, it still will make a difference at the end of the day, and they will still understand and remember those times more than they will you not being there. So again, just make sure that you are paying attention to the quality of time and not how little time or how much time you may have with them. Because at the end of the day, um, moms who sit at home all day with their children and still aren't giving them that quality time, they're going to remember that too. So if you're sitting at home all day and you're fortunate enough to be home all day, make sure that you're getting in activities with them, you're playing with them, you're doing what they love to do, because that's how they connect with us, is playtime and just being around us and just understanding and trying to learn who we are and who they are. We're their leaders, so we have to set great examples for them and just be there for them when we can. So again, focus on quality, not quantity. And then my last tip that I have for you is to create routines. So this kind of goes along with planning and prioritizing. When you're creating a routine, it's not it's not so much planning something for each hour of the day, but it's more so, okay, we're going to have breakfast, then we're going to have playtime, or then we're going to have school, and then after school you're going to go and you're going to sit down and color, or you're going to read, you're going to have some self time to yourself, and then we'll have lunch. And then whatever else you kind of have planned for today, that today you just kind of want to create a routine like that. Create routines to help you keep the house clean, to help you keep organized. So I know a lot of us moms take on the task of cooking, cleaning, working, bathing children, a lot of the heavier tasks that most moms do, or from the moms that I've seen do. And so what has helped me is to actually create a weekly and a monthly chore plan. So what I do is write down on each day of the week what I'm going to do that month. So say you want to do these things during the first week of the month, okay? So like February 1st, you're going to clean garage, or February 2nd, you're going to clean the fridge. Like, it's just setting up a schedule to where you know those are once a month things, though. So then you're going to set up a schedule where you do those things once a month, and you already have it planned out. So you already know what day you're going to do it. So that way, you don't get behind on cleaning or keeping up with your house. Same goes for weekly chores. So dishes, those have to be done every day. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning bathrooms, those can be done, that can be done once a week, unless they just tear it up, you know what I'm saying, and you're just like, yeah, this is a mess. But cleaning bathrooms, cleaning bedrooms, like all of these things, vacuuming, you can set out on a schedule. So everybody's life is different, so you're going to want to sit down, evaluate the house chores that you do, and then create a weekly and monthly schedule on what days you're going to do what chores. And this will help you, again, like I said, just keep up with the house, keep you organized, and keep you not feeling like you're behind. So along with all of these things that I have listed off, you have to have some sort of discipline. You have to understand that this takes time to learn, to understand, to implement. But once you understand, like, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier, and it's going to make you feel better about doing what you're doing and working and balancing life, then everything's just gonna fall into place. So as far as work life, if you're a full-time working mom, you can set up a bedtime routine. So you can set up what you do when y'all get home. So maybe you'll do dinner, and then you'll do playtime, and then you'll read a book, take a bath, and then get ready for bed. And these things don't have to be extensive. They don't have to be hours long. You can make these like 15-20 minute things and get that quality time with your kids. And then the older your kids get, you can implement them to help you with the chores. So that way, if you do have a full-time job, or even if you're a work-at-home mom, it'll help lift some of that stress and pressure off you as well. So again, these can all apply to work-life balance. Having balance with self-care, work life, mom life, it's just going to make your life a whole lot easier, and it's going to just make you see the important things in your life that you should be paying attention to, which are your children. at the end of the day, we didn't have children just to have them. At least I didn't. And so we just want to make sure that they're getting the best that they can while we are trying to provide for our family. So again, I hope these tips helped. If you just want to stay tuned to my channel, I will post Friday and Monday. Monday is usually a workout video day, just kind of showing y'all what I go through and how I try to stay fit with a family. My last video that I posted, it was pretty crazy because everybody was running in and out of the video, and I was just like, where is your dad when I need him? And it was cool because I still got the workout done, and they like being in the camera anyway, but even my dogs were in the camera, and I'm just like, y'all are on one today. But just stay tuned. I continue to want to drop these videos, and again, I hope these tips helped you, and I hope that you will try to implement them and see what it does for your life, because I know a lot of these sure have changed mine, and honestly, I'm still working at some of these things myself. So it's all a journey, and it's not a race. Everybody is going at their own pace, and just because you see someone else doing something that you think is better than you, it's technically not. Everyone's life is different. Your mom life is different. We have different amounts of children and just different priorities that we have. But again, go ahead and hit that like, hit that button if you stayed here the entire video and you'd like to see more content like this, so that you can get the notifications when I post. And I will see you guys in the next video. I'm so happy to have you here, and yeah, we'll see you.